Hmm.
Mhm. Ah, there we are. Hello and welcome to another stream in the morning. Coffee streams. I haven't really come up with a name for this morning session name thing, but welcome. Welcome to the world. Thank you for logging in today. And we are going to talk a little bit about what was done yesterday. Um, so I got a little bit of work done on the Midnight Technician. I had to run out of town, which took up a couple of hours of my day. I had to go pick up some insulin for my dog. Um, so yesterday, I had also had taken a suggestion from one of our fans. I had decided to take the morning live stream, well, I don't know, caffeinated morning sessions, streams, whatever, and break it down. Because let's face it, hour and a half to 2 hours is quite a long live stream to rewatch. There's a lot of chit chat, a lot of noise and static and whatnot. So I started downloading these videos afterward and editing them to cut out the noise, basically, cut out the static. Um, Take out the boilerplate. So I will continue to do so, just to see how long that goes for. With this project, I want to wrap up a few more things in the front end and tie up the missing parts in the back end before I um, introduce Kafka. Uh, Kafka is a big part that I want to introduce, and I'm just kind of excited to do this extra bit of tech. Um, However, today I got a little notepad here with me. Um, there's a couple of things that I want to do to the customer dashboard before I feel like it is complete enough to call it complete. Um, there is um, there's a feature that I want to add to the ticketing views, which, if you watched yesterday's live stream, we were picking at reading the tickets and posting some ticket information. So I changed up a little bit of the CSS file so that it displays it. Let's get rid of me, and yeah. So let's go dive on in here. If you got your cup of coffee, let's stay caffeinated. Coke on coffee. That was the goal of the morning. Perfect. So that's out of the way. Let's get rid of my fat old head here. Jump over to our little view. And let's have a look at uh, the website and see what was done. So I'm going to fire up the back end. Let this just take a moment and do its thing. First thing in the morning, IntelliJ needs a cup of coffee too. All right, so all the services are up and running. Great. Let's go take a look at the front end. So, if we run the project and then go to our local host, and then if we log in, we go to our ticketing view like yesterday, and we view our ticket. You can see that I have changed the style. Instead of being the big dark black background thing, I now have it following our theme, and these are all still editable. You can now add a service note. You get a pop-up asking you for a message or a note. We'll say that there is time for more coffee. We just simply click on Add Note, and the page refreshes, and we have a new note down here. So, what about the customer? Well, if we go back to our dashboard and the customer sees that they got a ticket in here that's still only pending, we can go ahead and click on the view and see this from the customer's point of view. So you'll see here that basically it is the exact same thing. We just took away the ability to edit the fields, so that's just a read-only document. Yeah, that was simply done yesterday. I need to make a change to the ticket view page, um, so that when it loads the page and populates the document, I want it to fetch the specific service. So I need to add a way to fetch the service. Um, Service name based off of the ID. And from there, also, what else did I want to do? Oh yes, also I want to move this over to the left and stick another button in here so that it allows me to see the history of um so I can select to see a history of all of my tickets as a customer. And also, I want to add in a way so that once the customer loads their dashboard, there's a check to see if there's any open tickets in relation to the device that we have registered. So that way we can change the status from healthy to being looked at or unhealthy if it's not being looked at, healthy if it's being looked at, and whatnot, to kind of give people a heads up on the status of their device. So that's another thing that I'd like to add to the customer page. And then I feel like for now um, I would call that done. The ticket view, when we're reviewing it, if it is finished or closed, I would like to be able to add a button on here so that the person can just be directed off to um, PayPal to essentially pay for uh, the services that were done via an online checkout. Um, just as a way, mainly to uh, is that really needed? I don't know. We'll think about that. We'll think about that. Maybe we'll just make it as a way to see everything, and then we'll make a way that the in view, when it's done, an invoice may get generated. Yeah. Yeah, I think I like that more. Okay, so yeah, I'm going to need to. I'm going to make this into a drop down as well. The ticket for the edit for the employee view. I'd like to change this status to a pending option so that it can be more of a drop down. So that way the technicians can change the status very easily, and then I need to add a save button because I did not add one after all of that yesterday. Um, Stick a note on that. Okay. Okay. So that will take care of that. Sorry, I'm just making notes of what I need to do to wrap this up. So dashboard needs a history view. Customer's ticket view needs a way to nothing. I think that's fine as it is, actually. Um, so yeah, customer needs a way to see their history of tickets. Their device needs a way to be smarter so that it knows whether or not it's in service. The technician view of the ticket needs to have an update button added, and the status needs to be a drop down. Okay, so that needs to also be a drop down menu. Device ID. Okay. Device ID. Hmm. I might change the device ID to just be a device, be a read-only field, and have that fetch the device based off the ID so it could populate name and description. Yeah, I might do that. Might do that. Okay, so okay. Okay, so I'll do that. Okay, and that will be what I need to do here. Okay, so I'm gonna wrap this up and make this into some kind of a way to fetch the. I'm not even sure how I'm gonna do that, but I gotta scrap together some JavaScript to do so. Um, the manager view, um, so is this actually going to remain like some? So employees, I can click this and add a new employee, um, which I need to clean up this model to be a little bit more, um, whoop, be a little bit more. I think I could clean this one up as well and this one so that they can be um, a little bit better. um, and by that, I just mean sort of like a note like this, a little cleaner with the X on top on the right, yada yada. Not quite as wide because I don't want it to be the entire span of the page. So I need to do some editing to that. I want, I, okay, I think I might squeeze this together as 3 buttons and stick the customer inside of the ticket as well. Because the idea that I'd like to do with customers, um, I might leave this here. Okay, so I'm gonna leave this here so that people can click on customers and be taken to a view of all of the customers. Um, yeah. Um, Employees, I am going to add another button here so that we can add a customer so that if somebody comes into the store with a drop off, they're a completely new customer, we can just gather a little bit of information from them, create them a new customer. Um, I'm trying to think of the other use cases. There's going to be people that would, if this fictitious company has a storefront, there will be people that will be coming in, clearly not customers, looking for some drop-off tech work done, and um, they need to either be able to handle their device as just a device without tying it to a customer. Um, and then I also need a way to add a customer. So I think inside of um, this ticketing view, I might add two more buttons in here. One for creating a new ticket and one for creating a new customer. So that way there's those 2 options as well. And that covers some use cases. Um, okay, so I'm going to add that in this little to-do here. Okay. So yeah, so this one is also going to have 4 buttons like this. Open tickets, close tickets, or claim tickets, open and claimed, and then new customer, um, new ticket, so that way I can, yeah, okay, okay. Um, and then into the manager's view, I'm looking to again make this one be a button that adds an employee. close out of that. Make this one here, click off and take you to all of the, and I might just make this new employee. Or I might change this. I don't know. Trying to decide how I best want this. So I want this to take you to an employee's page and have the option to add a new employee there. Maybe slide this over and um, add a button on it for adding a new employee. Maybe clicking on the total the total number here. Maybe that'll take you over to the page as well as this. I don't know. Trying to think of how I want this to go. Look. Because as of right now, it looks like this. So like, hmm. Hmm. Okay. Well, okay. Mm-hmm, mm-hmm. Okay, so make that there. Dashboard views. We're gonna add buttons to there. Add button to there. Add a fetch to the service. Add a fetch to the device. We're gonna add an update button into the mix. We're gonna add a status drop down so that it's changeable. Customer. We're gonna do device health check and a ticketing service or ticketing history. Um, all right. So what? Back into here. Stick an update note. Okay. So source me. This is templates down. Oh, this is fragment. Fragment. Like, that's adding a service note. It's not what I want. That's what I want. Hey, good morning, Em. How you doing? It's not a bad idea. Mhm. Okay, so this is going to be um device status, and we're gonna make a fetch out to a URI. Yeah, and what is my endpoint? Devices. Yeah, I've got some kind of background music going for myself right now while I code. I like to keep some sort of like bit of music going, almost like background music. Someday I'm like head pumping fucking some like techno trap shit. Other days I got some cool jazz going in the background depending on my mood. Something like right now I got some instrumental jazz, sort of chill vibe music on the go. Yeah, I tried streaming some of my music, but then YouTube was all no, 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 don't do that. And so I get copyright flags. It would be nice to use some kind of copyright-free music. I wouldn't mind finding something. Uh, I mean, I just don't know of any like copyright-free music to use or like royalty-free music to use. I listen to Spotify. I've got my subscription to Spotify and I use it. That's the widget that you see up here on the top. This is Spotify. I just happen to have it so that I can keep it at the top of my screen so that I can see what's playing, skip what I don't like and whatnot. Um, I always have this going in my Discord when I'm just streaming, so there's always a little bit of a tune going on in the background if people just want to vibe and listen to some music and watch me code. Yeah, I might find some let's see what I can find for that for doing just for streaming. I might take a look into that today and see what I can find. So here I'm just trying to make a way to get, although I don't want that to be there, I want that to be long. Okay, so I'm trying to make a way to return a DTO device object from the database. So we're gonna find it by ID, map it here, otherwise throw an error. So back into the controller, I want to make this device ID, and I want this to be get customer. What did I just call it? Oh, how did I do there? Is it find or get? Get device by ID. Da, da, da. And suppose we'll do some handling here. Hmm. So I don't want to null. No. Okay. By that. By that. By that. That's the device. Theoretically, gotta refactor this ode as well. I need to refactor out this entire customer, customer's device service, and lift it out of the services module, and I need to break that down into another module, which I'll probably do today. Otherwise, we're doing that. Okay, perfect for me. Speaking of refactoring, arc. Why are these just? Why did I do this? Why? 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 I'm just going to return an empty list if none are found. So that way I can handle that on the other end a little better than a 404. Although technically it doesn't matter really. Okay. And this guy also needs to be a response entity. So now this needs to be a var of customer devices. Devices are this. If empty, do that. Otherwise, it's the same damn thing. Okay. Now the response entities are, yeah, this is just more restful now. All right, so I'm getting it by this, getting it by this. Okay, and that should pull that. So this, I can reboot my services module. Nope, apparently I can't. Oh, ambiguous. Oh my God, can't even talk. It's an ambiguous error. Of course it is. So, devices. I guess I'm probably better to handle this up here and do this and that. And if this is yeah, I didn't like that. I gotta come up with a better naming schema for that. I'll just run this for now just to make sure it works. Back here, so devices slash device. Could call it device status, but I'm not getting the status of the device. I'm getting the actual device. Okay, so device, this. Did I call it device ID? I did. So copy that, come back here, go here, device ID equals device ID service. And dot retrieve. Okay. Now I want the device status. Shit. Status should be you should be device status. Should be device response spec. This, I got this. Now if the status is not found, redirect to error. Otherwise, device DTO is going to be grabbing that, but I want to wrap this in an optional of nullable. Then oh, optional. Oh, oh shit. This, do that, else this, do that, else this, get this, do this, remove that. Hate this. This is going to device DTO, and this is device. So now if I go back into here, we go look for device ID. We'll just get rid of this and say device. This is going to be device dot device name. Okay. And which was this for again? This was for the user ticket. So this is, all right, so let me just reload this. And we'll take a look and see what that looks like from the oh, what the hell did I do wrong? There we go. If I come into here, zero? Oh, because again, the device type is pulled from the, okay. Um, yeah. So now we have a better description of what the device is. Cool. Service. I might make a similar fetch to that as well. There's definitely a better way to do it, but for now, we're going to cram it in here. I could be doing these a little more dynamically, and I probably will, where I can switch these into just some JavaScript loading and have this populate the thing and do like a preloading thing while it fetches everything, and it should still be relatively quick, but yeah, that's just another option, I guess. Okay, so I want to, now that I've got the device, um, okay, so I've got the device. Next thing I should be doing is grabbing the service name so we know what exactly, um, what service it is that we're servicing. So that is inside of here. Nope, not the repository. And this doesn't even, just has a way to get all services. This is put together poorly. Cool. Service ID. Oh yeah, there's also these easy ways you can do this. I'm going to grab a thing here. I'm going to wrap it in an optional, define a service ID. Boom. Now I've got a way to get a service ID here. That simple. Hop into service control, services service, where we're going to take advantage of getting, look at that, grabbing the service DTO. Hey, that's on point. Now we're going to go into the service controller. and we're going to generate a get mapping to cool. It's almost what I wanted to do. Or I guess we'll do that as a slash. That might be the better way to handle this. So we're going to get slash that, and I don't know why that didn't just import service ID, service ID. Blah, blah, blah. Okay, cool. So that's good enough there. So we'll rerun our services again, and we're going to be passing in we're going to be going to API services service. So I am just going to basically copy this whole thing because I'm kind of lazy. And we're going to go to 8080 devices. This was services, I believe. This is going to be a service. Oh my God, caps! I'm yelling at it. It's going to be a service response spec. This is going to be here, and if we're not found, we're going to error. No, this is that. This is a service status. Service status code. Get that. Put that there. This here. So now we're grabbing this. This is going to be a service PTO. Same thing. So now we're going to, okay, what the hell was that endpoint again? Device, services, and then slash service ID. Services slash service ID. Service ID. Okay, so if we rerun the front part, that's not going to do anything, Mike. All right, so now I'm going into the ticket view. We're just going to call this service requested. And this is going to be service dot service name. There we go. So now we'll rerun this. Cool, 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 cool. Clear that. Rerun this. Okay. So now we'll come pop back in here and we got an error. What did I crap out an error for? 404 not found. Devices, services, 2. Why are we going to device.services? Shouldn't be devices, it should be just services. Rerun this again, try this one more time. And there we go. Now we have the name of the service that's being requested. Perfect. So that cleans up the ticket view for the customer, and I feel like customer's view is basically done. So next I'm going to move to the actual ticket view. Or sorry, not the actual ticket view, but the employees side of the ticket view, and we'll do the exact same thing. We'll just copy and paste it over. Um, just gonna copy and paste this. Devices, device response. I think that's all I need. Copy that. We'll go down into the ticketing one for the technician. Drop this underneath their service ticket. And then we'll also steal these same things here. Copy that, come down, paste those here, and then we'll go to this ticket view. Oh, shoot. Well, that wasn't what I wanted. Cool. Just wanted to make that bigger. Now I goofed the position of it. Cool. Goofed myself. All right, so coming into here, I'm gonna put these guys side by side so I can see it easier. Get rid of this. Services requested. Copy this. We're gonna also leave that as read-only because quite frankly, there's not necessarily a reason to change it. Same thing with the device ID. Whoop. What did I just copy? Customer, not I. That's not the one I wanted to copy, Mike. This is what I wanted to copy. Place that there with that there. That's good. That's good. Dashboard controller is good. Cool. So now we can give this another rerun and take a look. Hello, Art Fifi. I apologize if I Artifi. Totally butchering names. Welcome to the chat. Thanks for logging in. I'm just going to double check what I just did, and then I'm going to go grab some coffee. Okay, so we're into here. We're taking a look at this, and lo and behold, device is uneditable, and the reimage service is also uneditable. But now we have a clearer vision of what they want, and what device it's on, and we'll figure out the title aspect at a different time. So, the only thing I need to add here next is a button. Might just add it beside this button to save or update the ticket. I think to avoid confusion of having it next to this one, I feel like that may lead to confusion. Because people don't need to hit save if they add a note. So I think I might just put it. Can I just do the same thing and put it up here next to this one and just have service ticket details and update? Might take a look and do that. Might do that. I might do that. So status needs to be changed into a drop-down menu. That's right too. So, how did I do that for the notes? Whole thing. How did I do that for the notes? Okay, so pull this over here. So I'm going to jump into my little add service note, and I'm going to do this one for, I'm going to make another one here just to make update service note. Da, 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 da. Get rid of this. This isn't going to be so. Okay, so do this, 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 update. There we go. Okay, so now this is not going to be this. This is now not that. Hmm. Shit. Now, how would I get the list of this from the document? Shit, how do I get this? How do I get this? Hmm. Shit. It's not what I want. So how? So I can't just grab the list of them. Shit. Shit. See what this can tell me. All right, I gotta go run and top up my coffee. I will be back in just a moment, guys. All right, I am back with some more coffee. All right. So, see what I got here. Okay, so all right, so we're gonna grab something from the node elements here, and we're gonna grab this notes list. The idea is that it is note list was added here, ID note list, and we're gonna grab the um, list. So from here, we're gonna kind of hack together and piece together from uh, the attributes that that I stuck in here. And the idea the idea here is to notes. Okay. So there's that, and then service ticket notes. No, because this. I guess I'm just gonna go with service ticket. Oh, shoot. What'd I do? That's gonna be a ticket that we're passing in as the body. Service ticket. So if I go back into API request, we've got employee device service ticket notes. So if we copy this and now we're going to update the service ticket, and we're taking in a service ticket DTO as the body. This is no longer notes, it's just this. Okay, body, and now we need to go to our ticketing service. And I think it's supposed to be did I make it a put request, or how did I do that? Let's take a look and find out. Did I not write a way to update it? I could have sworn I thought I wrote a way to update a ticket. Apparently I did not make a way to update this. Okay. Okay, so we're gonna say okay, and this is okay, so I'm gonna grab an optional of this. If it's empty, I'm just gonna return a null. I don't want to return a null. Fuck it, we'll return a null and I'll handle it later. So otherwise, we're gonna have our ticket is this. Not updating the sequence. We're not changing the ID. Um, this is just going through and doing some redundant updating. There's not really anything fancy to go here. Created. PTO.created. This one's going to be that. PTO.get customer ID. PTO.get customer device. Employee ID. Service ID. Notes. And there. All right, so that should theoretically handle updating a ticket. So now if we go back into our ticketing controller, we're going to make a way to update it, which, thank you, AI. Wow, that was quick. Cool. So IntelliJ has this nifty little feature where if you it learns you and writes you and it suggests stuff based on your, yeah, that was pretty cool. I like that. I like when things work. All right, so here we're going to use a put mapping. This is how it differentiates here. Put is generally used um, for updating records, whereas posting is usually used for doing something new. Getting is obviously used for getting. So here we're telling it to that we want to put this record or update this record. So we're going to provide the service DTO and or the service ticket DTO, sorry, and then we're going to go through and do some appropriate handling. So we can rerun our ticketing service. Should be able to pop back over to our front end and rerun. Well, let's make sure we've. This is going here. So we want to, again, we're going to here, and this is actually going to be a put. Is that right? API v1 tickets put. Yes. Getting back a service DTO. Service ticket DTO, perfect. Service ticket DTO and API v1 tickets, good. Body is a ticket DTO. It is a put, perfect. So yeah, let's rerun this. Let's rerun our website. And hope this looks right. All right, so we will go back into our ticketing view. View our ticket, and as you can see, we now have a save button. So if I was to change this to the title of something like re-image main dev PC, and if I hit save ticket, nothing happens. So what did I do wrong here? Let's pop into extra tools, dev tools, and we're going to take a look here. This threw an update, or through an issue. So this was in the update service JavaScript over here. And the uncaught type error cannot read properties of null reading text content. So line number 9. Line number 9. Whoa, don't do that. Okay. So it doesn't like this. Why does it not like this? Why does it not like this? Let's find out. So where are we at? What did I do wrong? So here we're looking for a note message. What did I forget? Okay, so notes. ID is note list. Da, da. Okay, so I'm not using note.message. Where am I expecting that? Query the sector. Xcon. I don't actually technically have anything to close out of that. We're doing this, do that, if final or do. So yeah, that was supposed to have thrown an alert. Failed. Failed to save ticket. Or while saving the ticket. DevTools console. Really? All right. So can I just take this, copy it, throw it here? No, it's not there. It's that. Okay. Okay, so do this, go here, run this, do this, change this title to image main dev PC. Cool. Save ticket. Cool. Did something. Service ticket found. So did it actually update that ticket? Because I don't think it did. So service ticket. Title is still title. So what the hell did I send? I don't think I can debug that quite like the... Okay, so if I go into this, I can. So if I come here and just do this, we run this in beta, or in beta, in debug, and see what the hell's going on. Okay, so the title I'm passing in is in fact doing that. Now back end, I go into the ticketing controller for this put. I am going to rerun my services and debug while the other one's paused so that I can do this, hop over to my other one, let that play through, and then let this hit. So now I did see that that said re-image as well. Service ticket found. Wait, what? That's only doing the... Oh my god. Hmm. Wow. Okay, so what I forgot there, what I didn't do there was I was just updating the status of the... So I let my autocomplete... I let my autocomplete do this, and it, 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 it failed. So I'm going to rerun ticketing. Back out of that. I'm going to change this name again. I hit that save ticket. It is in fact going. Hit this. And we get an issue, failed to save ticket. Cool. So let's see if we can figure out what's up. All right. So plop this here, save ticket, and we hit this ETO that's coming through. And the ticket that we're returning is a re-image. But for some reason, it is coming back with a fail. What? What? Okay, so that's that. This goes to the API request and returns this and gets this back. I'm confused. Failed to save ticket. So if my response is okay, I'm so confused. copy this, rid of that, hit the save button. We're back here. So the service DTO that I'm getting back is all good except for the created at. Yeah, everything is good coming back except for the created at. Created at is null. So on the back end, why is my created at null? So let's go back into here, hit this again. So now we're on the back end. Okay. So interesting. All right, so back on the back end, doing this, doing that, into update here. Da 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 da. Created at is also. Uh, okay, cool. Why is that? Why is this fucked up? Okay, let's go take another look at this. Yeah, rerun tracking or ticketing. In debug, are we? Yeah, we're in debug. Okay. Cool. That doesn't even get there or what? Like, I am getting posts to here, right? Like, what the hell? Oh shit. Front end is held up. Oh, so I'm passing those in as okay, okay. So playthrough, failed to save ticket. That might be because of the fact of those nulls. So all right. So I'm forgetting to pass in this service created at where the hell? Service tickets I created at. Okay, so updated at. And we're going to stop the website and rerun it now that I'm passing in the full DTO. And I'm just curious if this is by chance the reason that I'm getting a negative response. So let's cool. Can I just get out of here? All right, let's log in again. Okay, come in here, and now I get an error. 400 bad request. Why was that an error? Devices dot device. What device? API v1 devices device. What? Okay, cool. So I needed to reboot that. All right, so ticketing. Other issue of device, this device? What? So now my ticket is coming up. What the hell did I do? Okay, so I just deleted my service request so that I can make a new one. Successfully created a ticket. Cool. I can go in, look, see. Cool. All right. Ticketing view. I can come in here, see this. No notes. Add note. Make an initial look. We're good. um, fail to save ticket. Okay. And that boots the date again. Okay, so that ruined the. So how did I screw that up again? Why does that keep losing the created at time when I update? Okay, so I'm doing something wrong with the update. So we're updating wrong. Okay. Pick a controller, update. Update the service request. What am I? Okay, I'm gonna do this. So according to that, it creates. It looks fine. In here, we have a created at. And everything looks fine. No notes. If I go back into here, pop into this view, and I change the title. So the ticket that's coming in, created at, and updated are null. Okay, I can work with that. Okay, so now I need to go to here, refresh, delete this ticket. Now I need to figure out why the updated and the created at are not, in fact, updating. So I thought it was just going to be this, these IDs. What? So why is it not as simple as just telling it to take these two? Oh, well, I think I'm gonna cut this one off, this live stream off here, guys, and kind of get ready for my day. I will be around in the Discord if you want to jump in, have a chat, say what's up. I will be picking at this throughout the day, and I will go live tomorrow to review what we've got done, how I fixed this issue that I'm having now, and I will talk with you all in the next one. If you haven't subscribed already, go ahead and hit that subscribe button so that you can be notified when I go live in the mornings. And also, if you haven't, go ahead and hit that like button if you've made it this far. That really helps me destroy that YouTube algorithm and get up there. So again, we'll go live tomorrow and pick up where we left off. So keep your curiosity open, keep your skills sharp, your coffee cup full, and I'll see you in the next one.